Hi guys, welcome back. You know, you can't drive down the road or watch television without seeing a personal injury lawyer, but they're not all made the same, and the ones with the most boards aren't necessarily the best choice for you. So joining us today is Jake Bailey of Jack Bailey Law Firm to break it down. Hey, thank you for coming in. I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
This is a big subject. You see a lot of people everywhere, but you need somebody who not only can handle car wrecks, but it can handle big truck wrecks, and that's important.
Yeah. And talking about you don't know who's the best for you. You know, I think picking a lawyer, meeting them in person is really important, and you shouldn't be afraid to ask them about their experience. How many times have you been to trial? How many types of cases like this? Have you ever experienced a case where someone's been hurt like I have in the situation I've been hurt? And with 18-wheelers, it's a really good question too. Right. Have you ever handled a case with an 18-wheeler? You know, a lot of people assume that law school teaches you everything you need to know. But there's no class in law school for car wreck cases. There's no class in law school for cases with big commercial vehicles. There's no even required workers' compensation class in any law school in America. And so the only way lawyers actually really get good at handling these types of cases is, quite frankly, experience. Right. And experience is always the best teacher. Right.
Well, you guys have nearly 50 years of experience. Not only experience handling things like this, you handle a wide variety of other cases, but being in this area and understanding what our challenges are, specifically in North Louisiana.
Well, so I've been a lawyer for 8 years. Yeah. And during that time, I've really had the privilege to work very closely and be taught directly by my father, and also Mary Lou Bilsma, which I can't shout out to Mary Lou too much. She is, I know she works, you know, with us, but Mary Lou is without a doubt the best workers' comp lawyer in North Louisiana, all the way north and half. And it's been really great to work with them. But yeah, you have to have experience when dealing with certain types of cases, and we've dealt with a lot of really unusual injuries. I've actually, we just opened a file the other day, and will be the second time for me where we have had someone who is on their job at their workplace who was hurt by a large garage door style garage failing and collapsing on them.
Oh, wow.
And I've handled, you know, a number of cases where one that sticks out in my mind with 18-wheelers is, of course, obviously the regular wreck, but also debris falling off the back of the truck. You know, there are specific regulations in place for commercial drivers, how many straps they have to have when they're hauling lumber, and the extra paperwork they have to put out. And we opened another one recently where someone, 18-wheeler, had a tire blowout on the side of the road. And what they're supposed to do is pull over, put their flashers, put the little warning triangles out, immediately contact emergency services, let them know there's debris. And there's a series of other to-dos they have to check. And that driver had enough time, well, and talk about the specifics, but suffice to say, my client hit the tire, and we certainly believe there was enough time for him to have done what he was supposed to have done to prevent that.
Yeah, there's usually, you know, a big pileup, you know, when something like that happens. You know, traffic gets stopped. Does it affect your case if other drivers were also hurt?
You know what, that's a great question, and the unfortunate answer is that it does in two ways. One, there is, believe it or not, in every single car wreck case, every single 18-wheeler case, there is a ceiling for the amount of insurance that's available. And one ceiling is how much coverage the at-fault driver has, and one ceiling is also how much coverage you have.
Right.
A lot of people, the insurance companies, auto insurance companies, started telling all of us recently, past couple of years, well, you have full coverage. This is a full coverage policy. That is not a legal term. It's an advertising term. And full coverage doesn't even mean the same thing at each company. 99% of the time when I have a client in my office and they say, well, I have full coverage, it doesn't matter how much insurance they have. It doesn't matter what I'm going to be fine. No, you're not. Full coverage every single time means minimum liability limits, no uninsured motorists, and collision coverage. That's all most people have driving around our state.
Right.
And so in that instance, when you have to split that one single policy for that commercial driver across every driver and their passengers, it certainly can affect your potential recovery.
Right. Well, you know, if the point is, if you are involved in an accident like this, the first thing you need to do is call an attorney, and it's a good idea to know what attorney you're going to call ahead of time, to have a relationship with somebody, especially somebody from your area that you can see in person. There are a lot of firms out there, but some of them, they don't even have an office here.
Yeah, and some that do, it's a satellite office, and the lawyer on the billboard is not from North Louisiana.
Yeah.
And, you know, the connections that we build as attorneys with the other members of the legal community, those really help our clients. Those are important connections too. And it's not just something friendly, just knowing personalities on the other side sometimes. I have a number of insurance defense lawyers that I actually enjoy working against them in the courtroom because we've known each other so many years. But yeah, it's important to get to know your lawyer on a personal level, meet them face to face.
It is all about relationships, isn't
Yes,
it?
ma'am.
So there you go. Well, this is great advice, and for more information, of course, you can contact Jake at Jack Bailey Law Firm. We'll be right back.